Coming up on 60 Minutes.
This is a 60 Minutes exclusive. I'm the Deb. Let's go.
Lights, camera, lawyers.
It's like your worst nightmare.
How Rebel Wilson's latest movie went from comedy...
Are you a liar?
100%. No.
...to courtroom drama.
If you look under the hood, there's more to this story.
That's next on 60 Minutes.
Actor Rebel Wilson is one of Australia's favourite and most successful comedic exports. But there's nothing funny about the predicament she currently finds herself in. What should have been a highlight of her career, directing her first feature film, has turned into a drama of blockbuster proportions. Rebel is in a toxic dispute with producers and a lead actor of the $15 million project, with accusations of sexual misconduct, embezzlement, lying and bullying now forming the core of multiple defamation cases. These allegations are contained in legal documents but remain untested and are yet to be played out in court. For Rebel, though, having a courtroom as a stage and lawyers, not moviegoers, as an audience is not a performance to laugh about. Stepping back in time, in October 2023, the pretty town of Carcoar in central New South Wales had been given a Hollywood makeover. Chosen as the set for new Australian film The Deb, directed by Rebel Wilson.
Okay, this is a 60 Minutes exclusive. I'm the Deb. Let's go.
Even as a director, Rebel couldn't help but ham it up. But this little stunt wasn't an act, nor was it funny, as the brakes failed
Stop.
and the risk of real harm was realised. A true pro, Rebel was determined to do a second take. I was a little more reluctant.
Tara, do you want a lift to set? Yeah.
Love a lift to set, I think.
Come on.
You can drive, right?
Yeah, I think so. We put it extra slow now, just in case.
Rebel has an acting part in The Deb,
And cut.
but it's her role as first-time director that has her most excited.
Okay, this is the one, I think. This is the magic one. This one could be going in the movie. And this project just had the heart and it had all the humour and then these amazing musical numbers. So I was like, this is the one. And I knew it was it.
And do you think it will be it for American audiences? I mean, yes, heart travels all over the place, but does Australian humour?
The idea of a debutante ball is actually something that they have in America and they have in Europe. So I thought that even though this is so Australian, it is hopefully very, very universal with its themes.
At the time, we'd been invited along to profile Rebel and her cheery musical comedy. What we couldn't know then were the dark undercurrents at work that would see the film's release delayed by 2 years. Allegations of sexual misconduct, embezzlement and intimidation.
Los Angeles is a world away from country New South Wales and The Deb a million miles from where it began. A feel-good, charming comedy packed with the star power of Rebel in front of and behind the camera. Since we were on set 2 years ago, the film has been mired in controversy, with claim and counterclaim now to be played out in court across multiple lawsuits. Truly, the saga behind this little film is even more Hollywood than Hollywood.
And it's it's like your worst nightmare when you're getting this opportunity to direct a movie and it's something you've spent years of work on. It came out of left field, these issues, and it was horrible to deal with and I had to try to navigate it professionally.
But no one could guess how toxic and bizarre it would become, or that as a first-time director, Rebel would be at the centre of 3 court cases, sued twice for defamation, and breach of contract. When we came on set with you, it looked like everything was going very smoothly. You know, everybody seemed to be doing what they needed to do and having a good time doing it. So what went wrong?
Well, gosh, a whole ton of things went on. And I guess including something massive the day before you guys came.
What was that?
That was me and the local producers being locked in a room and forced to sign documents. At the time, I said, "What is this? This is like the KGB."
You were locked in a room?
Yeah, locked
With
in a
two
room.
other people?
Sign these, or we're cancelling the movie and everyone will be out of a job and we'll send everybody home right now. And yeah, the dramas all stemmed from the UK producers on the film. I was kind of the target of like this incessant kind of bullying and harassment because I'd spoken out about the behaviour of these UK producers.
Rebel's allegations of false imprisonment form part of her legal counter-complaint against the UK producers in question. Amanda Ghost, husband Gregor Cameron and executive producer Vince Holden, who all deny Rebel was ever held captive. They were the financial backers of the $15 million film. As outlandish as Rebel's account of being locked in a room might seem, her other allegations are profoundly serious. The most disturbing has Amanda Ghost accused of inappropriately targeting the film's 24-year-old star, Charlotte MacInnes. It's an allegation strenuously denied by both women who are now suing Rebel for defamation.
I felt, you know, in my position as director, I had to report that. And the moment I did, started all the kind of retaliation against me.
Bizarrely, Bondi Beach was a critical setting in this story because what happened here in September 2023 ultimately fractured Rebel's relationship with the actor and the producers. And it all began over this strange swimming incident. The producer, Amanda Ghost, said she had a medical reaction to the cold water. And so Charlotte MacInnes and an assistant raced her back to her nearby penthouse to run a shower and a hot bath. Still in their bathers, Charlotte then joined Amanda in the bath to also warm up. What happened next is in dispute.
Charlotte MacInnes came to me and she said, last night Amanda Ghost asked me to have a bath and shower with her and it made me feel really uncomfortable.
And there's no doubt that that's what she did. She came to you and she used those words. Yeah. You're 100% sure about that?
Yes, 100%, yeah. She told me she was uncomfortable, yeah.
In her court documents, Rebel says she felt responsible for her young actor. But in what has become a puzzling she said dispute, Charlotte MacInnes emphatically denies that anything uncomfortable happened. So this is her statement. And she knows she's at risk of perjury if she lies. I never complained to Miss Wilson or anyone else that Miss Ghost or Mr. Cameron made me feel uncomfortable or caused me any trauma whatsoever.
All I can say is that she came to me, she made what I obviously inferred as a sexual harassment complaint, and I had a duty to then act on it.
Today, Rebel is convinced Charlotte was a victim of sexual misconduct. But curiously, text messages at the time suggest back then, Rebel accepted she wasn't. What I'm a little bit confused about, though, is this. This is a text from you to Amanda Ghost. You say, Charlotte says all good. She just meant it was a bizarre situation, not that she personally felt uncomfortable. So, all good there. Ghost responds, oh, thank F for that. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I nearly died. You respond, she instantly was like, oh no, zero issues at all. But she said she was happy I called to clarify.
How I would describe those texts is that I'm trying to maintain professional communication with Amanda Ghost. She's the producer. She is the access to the money for the film. And I'm trying to keep it, this is weeks before we start shooting the movie, and I'm trying to keep it very professional communication, but at the same time I'm feeling very uneasy.
It's a confounding situation where Charlotte continues to deny she complained to Rebel or that she was ever the victim of inappropriate behaviour, and is suing Rebel for defamation for saying otherwise. But it's a fight Rebel isn't backing away from. Quite the opposite, with this extraordinary claim.
Why don't you believe Charlotte?
I think, and when it gets into the details in court, I think, I don't think anyone in their right mind believes that a medical incident occurred and that Amanda Ghost needed the body warmth of an actress to save her life. It's just not credible.
Coming up, from bizarre to sinister.
The allegation is that you requested a series of malicious websites.
Yeah, that is absolutely untrue.
The accusations in this real-life Hollywood drama get even more dirty.
Why is your name linked to it? Why does she say Rebel?
I have no idea. I learnt about it in the press.
How would you describe your life here in LA?
LA is great. It's kind of like the hub because I work kind of all around the world now. But
Catching up with actor and now film director Rebel Wilson at a Los Angeles rooftop bar feels like a very LA thing to do.
You'd consider it home?
Yeah, it has been my home for like 15 years. But, Australia's obviously always my home.
And of course, we're here to talk about movies.
Yeah, I just love it. And now going into this new phase of being a writer-director, it's like a whole other challenge and a whole other...
What is unusual is Rebel is prepared to reveal the disturbing behind-the-scenes dramas that have landed her in court and threatened to derail her Australian film The Deb, in which she stars and makes her directorial debut.
It was kind of my worst nightmare. Here I am, I've worked for years on this beautiful movie that's really girl power, and all I want to do is make a movie. I just want to make this movie good.
Making a good movie is the dream of every director. Dealing with allegations of sexual misconduct is not. But Rebel claims while The Deb was still in pre-production, her star actor, Charlotte MacInnes, was the target of predatory behaviour by the film's producer, Amanda Ghost, which has been vehemently denied by both women.
For you personally, you're being accused of being a liar here.
I think they're accusing me of many things. I can't keep track of the list of...
Yeah. You are being accused of many things, but being a liar is one of them. Are you a liar?
100% no. I'm just somebody who... I don't think I'm terribly outspoken or cause trouble. I'm someone that makes a point and I'm someone who does the right thing if I'm called upon to do that.
In addition to the inappropriate sexual behaviour, Rebel alleges that the UK producers tried to siphon nearly $1 million from the film's budget into their own pay packets.
The counter to your allegation about the embezzlement is that as a first-time director, you just didn't understand how the budget of the film worked and that you misunderstood what appeared to you to be fraudulent behaviour.
Yeah, as somebody who's graduated law school and obviously is, did quite well academically, obviously I understand a film budget. I've produced like 5 Hollywood movies. And I know the difference between right or wrong.
When we were in Carcoar in country New South Wales 2 years ago, there was no hint of the troubles. Rather, it was a family affair, with Rebel's wife Ramona, their daughter Royce, and mum and grandma Sue on set. And most of the crew and cast were also spared. The war between the director and her producers was waged in private until Rebel unleashed on social media in July last year.
Hey everyone. Okay, so sometimes in life where you try so hard and you just don't know what to do?
She wanted the world to know the producers wouldn't let the $15 million film premiere at the prestigious Toronto Film Festival, and she claimed that they were actively working against it being released at all.
Why are they saying this? Why are they stopping it from premiering at Toronto? Well, this dates back to October of last year, where I discovered bad behaviour by these business partners. So I'm just going to tell you who they are. Their names are Amanda Ghost and Gregor Cameron, and an executive producer who works with them called Vince Holden.
Their argument is that they couldn't allow the film to premiere because of the issues between you and them.
That's absolute rubbish. They didn't want to let the film premiere because they knew it would be good for me as the director of the movie, as a first-time female director, to have that profile, and they blocked it as part of their retaliation for me speaking up against them.
It doesn't make sense, does it, that they block it, that they lose $15 million like that?
I don't think the money really matters. I think it was just out of spite that they wanted to bury it.
So they were ready to forego that money just to get back at you?
Seems like it. I won't be threatened. I will speak the truth. If the movie doesn't play at Toronto, it's because of these absolute f***its. I knew that if I didn't go public in that hour, that opportunity was going to be gone for the movie.
Do you see that as bullying?
No, I see that as like standing up for my movie and the hard work that everybody put into it for years.
Rebel's angry post worked. At the 11th hour, the producers released the film so it could be shown at the Toronto Film Festival. But it also spurred them on to launch defamation action against Rebel. How would you characterise this case?
I'd say dramatic. I mean, I can't remember the last $20 million movie that's resulted in 3 lawsuits, so it's definitely unexpected so far.
Business and legal affairs journalist Winston Cho is following the drama for The Hollywood Reporter magazine.
I'd say that this case is rare in terms of it spilling into the public eye through public court filings. But behind the scenes, I'd say that disputes are more common than the average person would think.
They just don't often get to court like this.
Right. It's very rare for a case like this to get to court and for both sides to kind of air out their dirty laundry in front of everyone.
One of the dirtiest bits was a smear campaign which Rebel is accused of orchestrating. A series of websites where Amanda Ghost is painted as a sex trafficker and described as the Indian Ghislaine Maxwell.
Obviously, I had zero to do with the websites. I don't even know how to create a website. I had nothing to do with what was on it. I read it like a lot of people in the business did. But yeah, obviously it's categorically false to say that I had anything to do with it.
Well, it's not saying that you made the websites, but the allegation is that on the 6th of August you requested your publicist to register and publish a series of malicious websites about Ghost.
Yeah, that is absolutely untrue.
So the publicist in email to a co-worker said, so basically Rebel wants one of those sites. Goes on to say it can be really, really harsh. Russian oligarchs and making her a madam, basically, laugh out loud or lol. So that's the allegation, that you asked your publicist to set up one of these
Wasn't my
websites.
publicist, was a woman who worked for my lawyer at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you or your lawyer do this?
No, definitely not.
So why is your name linked to it? Why does she say Rebel?
I have no idea. I don't know whether those texts are real. I don't know where they came from. I read the websites. I think it was very interesting what was on there. And I might have gossiped about it to a couple friends, but
Well, the allegation is that you did more than that you actually pointed your followers on Instagram to those websites, that you ensured that associates of Amanda Ghost were made aware of the websites, that you posted on the Deb Instagram.
I don't have any memory of doing that, no.
Is it you don't remember it, but is it possible that you did that?
I don't believe so, no. No.
Up next, what the producers say is the real reason behind the fallout.
I have seen that narrative and it's completely false.
The musical comedy The Deb was meant to be a triumphant return home for actor Rebel Wilson in her directorial debut.
So good, I almost want to keep doing it, but I don't want to. I know it's so hard.
Instead, it has become a tawdry tale of messy legal disputes involving allegations of sex, lies and payoffs, centred around the young star Charlotte MacInnes and the film's producers.
It's really, just really odd that is where this is.
What are you saying? What are you intimating?
I'm saying if you look under the hood, there's probably a lot more to this story.
Everyone looks different in the spotlight.
Rebel claims Charlotte told her she was the victim of inappropriate sexual behaviour from the producer Amanda Ghost. Charlotte denies that she said anything of the sort and is suing Rebel for defamation.
So, for you to be sued now by Charlotte for defamation, is that a fight
I mean,
you're prepared to have?
I think, first of all, I think it's wild it's gotten to this point. I think it's a ridiculous waste of the Australian legal system. She reported something to me. I acted on it in my position as the director of the movie. I had a legal, ethical and moral responsibility to do that.
But Rebel believes Charlotte MacInnes has been convinced to change her story and was happy to share with her 11 million Instagram followers her view the young actor and singer lied to further her career, an allegation for which Charlotte is now suing Rebel.
You go a step further though, don't you? You believe she was paid off with a role.
I do think it's undeniable. I believe her only work since filming The Deb was a role in a stage show that Amanda Ghost produced, despite Oscar and Tony nominee performers auditioning for the role. It gets given to an unknown Australian.
You don't think she's talented? You don't think that maybe people see...
Oh, no, I think she's talented, which is why I cast her in the movie. And think she did an amazing job in the movie. But I guess it's undeniable the benefits she has received since finishing filming the film.
Do you think that's a bit of a rough way to treat somebody who you believe was caught up in an inappropriate sexual situation?
I think, I have a lot of sympathy for her, and I want to make it very clear that when I first spoke about this publicly, I didn't identify her. She chose to make statements and identify herself as the actress involved. And I've been very elegant in being silent, and this is the first time I'm speaking about it. It's over 2 years later. So, sometimes, of course, I guess I'm human, and you get upset by the situation.
The claims from the producers are almost as inflammatory as Rebel's. They say this entire dispute only came about because Rebel missed out on a writing credit, that she made up outrageous accusations as retribution.
Yeah, I have seen that narrative and it's completely false.
But you obviously believed you deserved one.
I believed I deserved a shared writing credit, yes.
But what you got instead was an additional writing credit.
And I'm like, all right, okay, yeah.
But you weren't really happy with that, were you?
To be honest, I mean, there was much debate about it. That I should have been given the shared credit, but it's totally fine.
Maybe in her heart of hearts, she does believe that she is whistleblowing on real misconduct on set, but it is something that she brings up in her filings, in her lawsuit, and in her defense of the lawsuit. She does say that her contract was breached when she didn't get a full writing credit on the film.
The off-screen antics threaten to overshadow the film itself. And Winston Cho from The Hollywood Reporter is just one of many watching it all play out.
What do you think the impact or the fallout will be for the film and for Rebel Wilson?
We're seeing the fallout right now. There's no North American distribution for the movie. At least one distributor has said that they didn't acquire the movie because of the messiness of the rights involved in the film. So we're seeing the fallout right now.
But The Deb will be seen in January next year, at least in cinemas in Australia and New Zealand.
I'm so stoked that the movie is going to come out in Australia. That's really, really awesome. But will it be marred by these court cases? Yes, and it may not be the success and the celebration that it should have been of Australian cinema.
But as Rebel takes on her second directing and writing role on her new musical comedy Girl Group, she believes her reputation should remain untarnished. Her former producers claim it's all an act.
Well, they say that your persona as the affable, funny girl on screen and the person who supports women and encourages them is a farce, and that you're in fact a bully.
There is zero evidence of any kind of bullying or anything. And these lawsuits, these allegations, these things are just people who, are trying to sling mud at me. This is a situation where I was a whistleblower. I stood up when it was important to stand up and say something.
We wish to make it clear that in reporting on the accusations in the multiple legal proceedings currently underway, we are not suggesting that any of the allegations are in fact true. We asked actor Charlotte MacInnes, producers Amanda Ghost and Gregor Cameron, and executive producer Vince Holden for interviews. They declined, saying it was inappropriate to comment while the court cases were ongoing. Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia. Subscribe to our channel now for brand new stories and exclusive clips every week. And don't miss out on our extra minute segments and full episodes of 60 Minutes on 9now.com.au and the 9Now app.